Lesson 18, 19 in the actual book, Harper, Introductory Hebrew Method. Vayitzer, Vayitzer, and he formed. Compare this with Vayomer. The first Yud is the preformative, and the second is the radical. Kal, imperfect, third person, masculine singular of the root Yatzar, he formed. Yatzar. Let's jump down to here. Ngafar, ngafar, dust. With the article, the word the, it will be hengafar, hengafar. Vayipah, and he breathed. Vayipah. Compare this with yitzmach, mittahat, mittahat. And this is for yinbach, yinbach, because there's a double yud here. The nun is assimilated. The peh is doubled as well. The root napach, napach, and the nun disappears. Remember, we have a het, and so we have a patach instead of an o. Be'ap pav, be'ap pav. No, be'ap pav. In nostrils his, so in his nostrils. Af is a nose. Apayim, nostrils. It's a dual form because it comes in the pair. Appav, his nostrils. We pronounce this as av, av, and this yud is ignored. It's the third person masculine singular suffix. So third person masculine singular suffix. When attached to plural nouns or dual nouns, this is dual here, two nostrils. Apayim, appav, appayim, be'appav. The dagesh forte in the pe stands for the nun, the original form being anp, anp. Nishmat, nishmat, breath of, nishmat. Compare this with chayat, chayat, the gut, the gut. The absolute singular is neshama, neshama, but in construct, returns back to the original at. So breath of, its construct case or state. Better. Chayim, chayim, lives. Compare this with chaya, chaya, life or a beast or a living being. Chayim, lives. Vayittang, vayittang, and he planted. Vayittang. Compare this with yipah. Guttural here, guttural here. As far as concerns vowels and forms, the same as vayipah on the root natang, natang. Gan, meaning a garden, gan. Haggan, if it's in pause, because we have weight attached to it here, and it goes haggan. Mikkedem, mikkedem, from east. The preposition min, the nun is assimilated, and so the kuf is doubled to replace the missing consonant. Mikkedem. This is a segolate, 2 segols here. The primary form would have been kadam, kadam. Vayasim, vayasim, and he put. Its root, sim, to put. Vayasim, and he put. Sham, meaning there. It's an adverb. Sham. Yatsar, yatsar. He formed, or he had formed. The pausal for yatsar, yatsar, the root form. So it's heavier on the last syllable. Yatsar. Vayatsmach, vayatsmach, and he caused to sprout forth. Compare with vayabdel. Compare this with the kal, yitzmach. Or here we have the etnach, so this is a heavy syllable at the end. Yitzmach, yitzmach, which has the chirik under the yud instead of patach. So it's not yatzmach, but yitzmach. Remember that this patach under the preformative, which is here, is the indication of the hifngil, except in the perfect. Yabdel, yabdel, yatzmach. Here we have, of course, the chet at the end, which changes the vowel from tsere to patach. Here you feel imperfect, third person masculine singular of the root. Tzamach, he sprouted. Nechmad, nechmad, desirable, desired. The root is chamad, the nun indicating nifngal. Lama achal, lama achal, le mar'e. So lama achal for food, le mar'e for sight, for seeing. Two nouns formed by the prefix mem. We saw this before, makom, and the place, and mikveh, the gathering. The roots here are for this one, ra'a, ra'a, he saw, and achal, achal, he ate. So, for eating and for seeing. Ha-chayim, ha-chayim, the lives, the lives. This is ha-chayim. The dagesh forte is implied, but of course the chet does not take it. And so we have the patach remaining here. Had dangat, the knowing, the knowledge. But it's a verbal noun from yadang, he knew, yadang. The article is pointed as usual, had dangat. And here it has a direct object. Varang, varang, and evil. The vav conjunctive here before the tone syllable sometimes takes the long vowel, varang, as we see it here. And it's rang instead of rang because it's heavy. This syllable is heavy because it's in pause. And so this is ah and not ah. Some observations, things that we've seen several times already. Nouns accented on the penult, having e for their first vowel, are always A-class segulates, the e being a heightening of the original a. Nouns accented on the penult, having e for their first vowel, are always what we call I-class segulates, the e being a heightening of an original e. Nouns accented on the penult, having o for their first vowel, are always called U-class segulates, the o being a heightening of the original u. The unaccented segul in the ultima of all these nouns is merely inserted as a helping vowel. In the very ancient form, the word would be a monosyllable ending in two consonants.